Well, I guess it's time to get started. The clock snuck up on me here a little bit. Welcome to Tarot Play Date number 47, almost to 50. We've been almost doing this. Actually, I launched this. I know we've skipped a couple of play dates because of various reasons. And I really should have skipped Playdate the week I did the world when I was super sick. But yeah, I think I launched November of last year. So we have been going for just about a year. I'm trying to remember exactly which date, but I know it was sometime in November. So sometime around now, happy Tarot Playdate anniversary for those of you who have been with me from the beginning. So it looks like we have quite a few people in here. So I will say some hellos and see how we do here. All right, I'm going to close this other window. Okay, so we have Elizabeth, first one in today. Hello, Elizabeth. We have Simon A. up. It's time for the Hermit. I also think I heard some chatter about the moon potentially. We'll see how that goes. We've had 3 wands in a row. 3 wands. Let's see, we have Jonathan is here. Aloha. Neem is all ready with coffee, decks, and a Playdate notebook, like all the essentials. What else do you need, right? Let's see, Luna Eclipse is here. Hi, Luna. Sandra, good morning. Well, good afternoon for you. Good evening for you. Oh my gosh, time difference. We have Shanti Diva. Hello. Uh-oh, chat just went all the way to the bottom. I don't know why. I'm scrolling, minding my own business. Let's see. I said hello to, oh, there's Jackie Jacaranda. Hi, Jackie. We have Apasia Rising, first time. Welcome. It's nice to have you here. I hope I said that right. I don't know if it's Apasia or Apasia. So if you want to correct me at some point, I will understand. Hello, Patrice. It's nice to see you. Richard Longman-Taro. Hello. Pamela Ramsey. Rainy day on the West Coast. Yes, but it's it was a little bit sunny here earlier today, so maybe I'll get some decent weather here. White Tree Tarot is here. Scrolling. Emily is here. Hi, Emily. Lori Kramer. Hi, Stephanie Johnson. Hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. Aquarius Owl. Gigi Nilsson. Scrolling. Jillian Darlington. Welcome in. Been a while. Well, it's nice to have you here today. Okay, I'm still scrolling. Susie Gemini is here. And Shane, you're not at work yet. So nice to see you, my son. And Kimberly Myers here. Hi, Kim. Almost, oh, Kay Thompson. Hello, Kay. McComber Artist. I think I got it right this time because I was way overcomplicating it last time. Missy's Enchanted Channel. Oh, that's a fun name. Hello. Do I have some new folks in here today? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh no. Come back. Okay. I did it again. I lost the chat. There's Elle. Hi, Elle. I'm going to find a few more. Jamie Kelly is here. Ginger Faye. Hello. Val, Betsy Palmer, medium. Hi, Betsy. Almost to the bottom, almost to the bottom. We're going to finish our hellos. And then I want to find out while I'm scrolling and saying hello, why can't I face this towards there we go. How did the Page of Wands work out for you this week? Ah, thanks for the happy anniversary. Sometime around here. I don't know. I should probably find out like when we actually launched it. We have, oh, I hope I don't miss anyone. The chat keeps jumping on me. Charmed Viewer, welcome and thank you. That's very nice. I'm so glad to have you here. And Red PR, am I saying that right? Hello. And okay, where else? Stop jumping. T-Cat, Moon Baby, Brand. Don't let Elle distract you. Elle, you know better than to distract people during play date. You are a complainer of that. In case I missed it, I started on the 17th of November. It is practically our anniversary. Thank you, Simon. I did miss it, so I appreciate you looking that up for me. The chat keeps jumping as I'm trying to say hello to everyone. We have quite a few new people here today, which is really exciting. If I missed anyone, it was definitely not on purpose. As you saw, I just tried to get everyone, but the chat has jumped on me a few times. So feel free to wave at me if I missed. And I think it's time to get started. We have so many people here. I'm excited. I think today is going to be a good play date. I think every day turns out to be a good play date. But so did the Page of Wands come up for you? Did anybody launch any new endeavors, maybe study to figure out what new creative project they wanted to do? Okay, so Aspasia was a philosopher and political force in Greece, 400 BC or so. Not much is written about her because I'm guessing here, woman, you know? You're not wrong about guessing like that, let me tell you. I still don't know if I'm saying it right, but that you might have said that earlier and I might have missed it. But thank you for the background. That was really cool. I did have this page come up in my reading for me yesterday. I've been pulling 3 cards in the morning. I have no idea what it was trying to tell me. Granted, I didn't try that hard, but you started your redeployment. Ooh, redeployment. Redeployment. For work, for the education stuff? Why am I missing that? Oh, Michelle, hello. Yeah, happy Playdate anniversary. This is fun. Yes, little party hats and cute things. Okay, I'm going to get us flipped back on over here. All right, so for those of you who are new, the way that this works is I like to collect a list of 5 questions that we will ask our cards as we proceed through Playdate today. So we're going to draw our card, and then I have alternate cards that I will pull from random decks that I've selected from my collection. And then we will use those cards to answer our questions for the week. But it'll all be all wrapped around the same card. So usually what I ask is if people can put those in all caps for me so that I don't miss them. And I usually will take the first 5 that I get. I know last week we had quite a few, at least a couple beyond the 5. So if you remember what that question was and it's still relevant to you today, please feel free to bring it back. But let's see if we can get this done. So Aquarius Owl is showing you how we do this. How do we avoid miscommunication this week? So let me get that one set up here. Thank you, Aquarius Owl. How do we avoid miscommunication? If I could spell it, that would be awesome this week. All right, we're going to save that one. Get back here to the comments. And then we have from Jonathan, how can we embrace our true calling in life? Ooh, getting deep. I love that because that is a mission I am working I'm working on that right now. So from Jonathan Daly, how can we embrace our true calling in life? Awesome. Thank you for your questions as always. From Shane, how can we be re-inspired to follow our passions while in hard and or busy times? That is another, you guys are bringing it this week. Oops. Let me try that again. There we go. StreamYard learning is what's happening here. All right, how can we be re-inspired? Shane's asking for another wands with that question. While in hard and or busy times. All right. See what we got. You guys were fast with the questions today. What opportunities does this upcoming season offer us? Thank you, Patrice. Hopefully I haven't missed any. What opportunities does this... I know I could copy paste, but I actually use this as a way to give folks time to answer or bring their questions. The book is filling up fast, your notebook. And let's see. Okay, so from a Comer artist, how do we practice patience or tolerance this week, and tolerance? Thank you. I've got 5. That's awesome. Okay, how do we practice? I'm faster at this than I am at writing them though, so this is an improvement. All right. Think we are good there. So I have 5 questions. Oh, Betsy, you were right in there. What will be our message, our big message for 2021? Okay, bring that back because we definitely will have a few more weeks before we hit 2021 to ask that question. It really shows the 20-second delay with how the comments appear before Jen types them. That's interesting. How can I find my Christmas spirit in time for the holidays? All right, we have time for that question as well. Hi, Tammy Pie. Nice to see you. Okay, are we getting ready to do some shuffling here? All right, so let me look at our questions that we have here again. I think I can get them all up on my screen so I can, okay, maybe I can make this, there we go. Made myself a little smaller so I can see it. All right, it gets harder and harder to shuffle every week. I know I complain about that, but it's not really a complaint. How do we, from Aquarius Al, how do we avoid miscommunication this week? From Jonathan, how can we embrace our true calling in life? From Shane, how can we be re-inspired to follow our passions while in hard and or busy times? From Patrice, what opportunities does this upcoming season offer us? I just realized I'm missing a word. There we go. And then from the Comer Artist, how do we practice patience / tolerance this week? How do we avoid miscommunication? Wait, my mouse is in the way. How can we embrace our true calling? How can we be re-inspired to follow our passions while in hard and or busy times? What opportunities does this upcoming season offer us? And how do we practice patience and tolerance this week? Okay, that really is hard to riffle shuffle. I'm going to have to give it up before too long. Okay, let me set our page of wands aside. And here is our card this week. Huh! We're going with another page, folks. So what do you think? What is your first impression of getting the page? All right, we had some, yep, I'm back to curly hair, Tammy Pie. Shane, you are the Christmas king. That is for sure. Okay. I'm just catching up on the chat. Tarot Rebel, first time when I catch this live, but I'm so happy to be able to join. I'm so happy you're able to join as well. So thank you for coming. Sarah Waterchild Tarot is here. Hello, Donna. Oh, we've had a whole bunch of people. Alana, back to looking like Merida. I only wish I had all of the courage that she has. Okay, so we have another page. Tammy Pie loving the Page of Cups. Shane says it's L. I know Simon loves the Page of Cups. I know you relate to this card very hard. Emily relates with this card. Okay, we seem to have believe in everything, says Tammy Pie. Cool, says Missy Enchanted Cat Channel. Love this dude in the fish in his cup. Definitely. Page of Cups, very positive. Brant, Moon Baby, cups are the best. Aren't they though? All right, let me get over back to this chat. So right away, we're going to start bringing some, tell me what you think, what meanings come to mind first for you when you see this card. I will pull it up closer so that we can look closer at the symbols in the card in a little bit here in chat. Hopefully you can see this well enough here. So we have from Simon, follow your true feelings. Richard says, the page is such a natty dresser. That's my outfit for the Christmas season. I love that. Become more connected. A new age for insight for sure. Yeah, Simon is ready with this one. Sarah needs a tulip-covered tunic. Tarot Rebel says, I like the Page of Cups. For me, it speaks about newfound enthusiasm, but also expectations. Lots of new beginnings lately. Donna, I mean, after 2020, are we not ready for some new beginnings? I feel ready. Luna Eclipse, hi Luna, says, I see a new opportunity. Follow your instincts, especially when undertaking new adventures. Trusting instincts is something that sometimes I feel like I'm really good at it, and other times I get all up in my head and I'm overanalyzing. Elizabeth is seeing sensitive, kind, imaginative, romantic, gentle, new love. Loving that. For me, it's hearing news on an emotional level. So referring to the pages as the bringer of the messages. I know last week, I think it was Tammy Pie, if I'm remembering right, that said, you know, a lot of times we can just pull another card and see what message the page is bringing. We won't do that today because that would then spoil the next card. But Emily says, this person marches to the beat of his own drummer. Imaginative, free, playful, creative, inspired, artistic. Like this fish, like the fish in the cup. I mean, I'm not trying to get all into the symbol, but every time I see this, it just reminds me to see more possibilities and see things more creatively. Helps remind us to reduce our anxieties and fears by connecting, emotionally connecting, right? Let's see. Oh, there we go. And Charmed Viewer says, in order to find your way, trust that inner voice of yours that guides you and often gets overshadowed by our fast-paced world. It's time to feel again. Thank you, Alana. I do try to be brave. I do. Pamela says, standing on the yellow, which I associate with optimism and water flowing, emotions unblocked. Ooh, I like that. And then Emily is kind of right on the same page there with the same page. Ha! See what I did there? Follows the emotion and leads with inspired action. Okay. New beginnings after yesterday's weird energy and 2020. Yes, please. Was it? Okay, was it? It was not just me then, because I talked to a couple people yesterday, and we all thought yesterday's energy was very strange. Now, I recognize it was a new moon, and I'm a little late. I haven't done my new moon reading yet, but yesterday felt funky, right? It's not just me. The Page of Cups also indicates dreams coming alive. Oh, say it's true, Simon. I love that. I love that. Melanated Tarot, thank you, Shane. Oh my gosh, I got so focused on what you all were saying about the page. This is why I have you. Thank you. This is such a beautiful, I mean, I say this every week, don't I? But such a beautiful Page of Cups. So Shane reminding me to bring the Melanated Tarot in. And I promise I'll give you a nice close-up look at both of these in a little bit here. Maybe we are turning a page, pun intended. I like that, Donna. I love Rachel Pollack's note on the fish of inspiration. Yes. Elle says, take risks in love and intuition to listen to your inner voice and reconnect with wonder. Be open and be curious. Oh, whoa. Okay, I thought the StreamYard chat wouldn't jump so bad. Proposal, letter, job, offer, happy news. So definitely a messenger of good news, it seems. Emily says, yes, he is the dreamer, but it's not foolish. It is connected and inspired and real. It is about trusting and having faith in our dreams. Miss Kristen, hello, Miss Kristen. For me, this card is about creativity. This person sees the fantasy in the everyday world. Be open to new thoughts, ideas, and emotions. Yes. The same page. Emily got my pun. So, oops, Simon says he has qualities such as flamboyance, sensitivity, and often naivety. Yes. Well-tempered Claire, another new name for me today. Hello. A flash of intuition, creativity, or spark of romance. I did also I got the Lovers today. You never know, right? I don't know where I'm going to find that romance quarantined during a pandemic, but you know. Okay, Betsy says, check in with your emotions. Be honest in preparation of what's to come. It was not just me. I couldn't sleep at all. So yeah, weird day yesterday. Heart on their sleeve, says Elle. Yeah, this is, I think, the consummate person or representation of somebody who wears their heart on their sleeve. And sometimes it's for good and sometimes it can be a bit much, right? Yes, Oak Mama, hello. We have another page. We are feeling lots of new energy, it seems like, right around here. Today still feels strange for you. Hey, Emily? I was feeling down yesterday, said Donna. Oh, goodness. Kay says, I feel surprised with this card and look forward to surprises to come. Yeah, let's look positive. Scorpio new moon and planets going forward. So maybe that there's some alignment with our page there. Tarot Rebel says, for me, that fish is more like a representation of expectations associated with that new beginning and the new possibilities. Definitely. Okay. It feels like the fish talks to the page. Secrets, maybe. Yeah, it does feel like our page is communing with that fish a little bit, or communicating, depending on how you want to read that. Shane says, I love the richness in the melanated for the Page of Cups, especially, right? There's like, it's so, like the colors just stand out. I love the pinks and blues in the traditional page, not gonna lie, but this brings a really bold element to it. This to me seems a bit more kind of romantic, and this seems more impassioned in a different way, in a bolder way. I don't know what you guys think about my takes on that, but White Tree Tarot says the fish in the cup reminds me of the talking goldfish that grants you 3 wishes. So this is about wishes and believing in miracles. Yes. Jonathan says, I've heard that the fish in the cup is the page's subconscious, which makes a lot of sense. TCAT, Page of Cups is curious and ready to follow those intuitive breadcrumbs and see where it will take her or him. This page represents your inner child and that bond you have with it. Her, him, or them. Ready to seek more mature relationships, says Anne. So maybe progressing beyond the page a bit, ready to take that next step. Sandra's loving the colors and the melanated as well. Elle says, intuitive richness and emotional richness give an impression of wisdom beyond their years, immersing in their creative and healing practices. Ooh, I love that. Simon, the page also represents being drawn to new and interesting people who will help you on your path before disappearing again. Interesting. So why do you think with the page that it's a temporary, oh my gosh, I'm getting behind in the chat. But why do you think that's more of a temporary encounter with the page specifically, or do you? Just often overlooked, Miss Kristen. Oh no. So I admit the chat is hard, and you know I try to catch most of them, but I promise I'm not doing it on purpose. A bit more immature emotionally. Alana sees this card as a bit more of an immature emotion. Ginger says a new sense of inspiration going into these surreal times. Jonathan, the Page of Cups is a very sensitive person, someone who's connected to his or her emotions and feelings, someone who may be a little too connected at times, maybe having a difficult time disconnecting from the emotions to approach things with the logic and reason that we sometimes need to employ. The naive kindness and loving heart of this page is a welcome change. You know, I get ya. I get ya. Richard says he can be a bit over the top or overly dramatic when things don't go his way. Is this page more likely to throw a temper tantrum? Is that what you're saying? There's such a divine communication here between the fish and the page. It's captivating. I mean, you don't see in the other cards in the tarot, you don't really get to see this sort of, feels like an inner dialogue or inner conversation or inner thoughts. It feels like those inner thoughts are coming out in a way we don't get to see with most of the other archetypes in the deck, I would say. Tammy Pie says a little like the Queen, but not as intense. All right. Hi, Hen. Nice to see you in here. Oak Mama says, I think the fish is a messenger from the collective unconscious. So rather than being necessarily from the page's unconscious or subconscious, like somebody said earlier, but potentially from the collective unconscious. Ooh, I like that too. All right, I'm going to get past some hellos. Okay, come back. Okay, there's everybody saying hi to Jen. Jen/Hen. Also getting a sense of fun that the inner child loves from Well-Tempered Claire here. Jonathan, this connection to his emotions allowed the Page of Cups to be very imaginative and creative. However, remember that this is a page, so he's lacking the full control and understanding of his emotions. You know, it seems like as we progress, right, especially in tarot, but whenever we're faced with something new or something challenging, sometimes we have to deal with those emotional hurdles first. Hi, Myrna. Nice to see you. Yeah, it is crazy fast, and I'm behind. We are in an early stage of emotional development. The love expressed here is innocent. Do you guys hear TK? He's starting to whine. Oh, he's like rubbing up against my foot here. All right, let me find the next. Daydreamer says Aquarius Owl. This page to me represents the student stage in our development. Yes, the page has some immature characteristics, but is on a learning curve. Definitely. I feel like the pages hold so much potential. The Page of Cups is thoughtful and kind, someone who makes kind gestures of friendship and affection. Hi, TK. Emily, I feel that the juvenile aspect of the page in the Suit of Cups is actually also a talent that the figure has. Perhaps too emotional, yes, but I sometimes think sometimes like a child, they see more than adults. I think it's really important that we don't look down on the Page of Cups for where they're at in their journey. I think we need to be sometimes embracing it. Sometimes I really need to embrace the more youthful side, the more curious side, the explorative side, right? TCAT says Page of Cups also symbolizes being refreshed and ready for the new possibilities. You might see the world in a very new way and realize there is more that life can offer to you. Yes, loving that. Hi, Chantal. Nice to see you. Tammy Pie says, if this page is thoughtful and kind, who is his polar opposite? Do we think there is one? Is there a polar opposite? Do all of the court cards have polar opposites? I'm interested to know your thoughts on this. And coming back here, Elle says, I love the Circo Tarot Page of Cups. It's a giant fish holding the cup. Oh, and she'll post it in the Playdate group. Thank you for posting that link for me, Elle. I appreciate it. I love to see the various versions of the cards that you all show up after our Playdate. Emily says this page is so intensely connected. They see so much, but then they find it hard to stop the flow of emotions and feelings, even if the talent for intuition and creativity is so incredible. Like, is this our consummate tortured artist? You know, maybe is our page a bit? Longman Tarot, he got the fish from the sea. Is he going to keep it as a pet or will he return it to the waves? Is he going to study the fish, show it off, or is he going to put it in a tank at home? Are we going to bottle up that energy? Are we going to set it free? Are we going to find a way to work with it naturally? Interesting. Okay. Jonathan, fish themselves symbolically represent fertility and creativity in pagan traditions. Because the fish is one of the symbols of the Divine Mother, the fish also represents happiness and transformation. So now that we're kind of diving into the symbols, I want to make sure I don't get too far in before I show these cards nice and up close. So let me know if you see something that you haven't seen before in this card. That's always fun. All right. Oh, let me get Simon's comment out of the way, and then I'll put it back up here. So here we go. So this is another one of those cards kind of standing on the stage that Pixie likes to use, right? Which I find interesting. Here's our other page. Speaking of kind of the performance aspect, let's get, oh, he has a dreamy expression on his face, doesn't he? That fish looks so real in this particular one. And are those lilies? Is that what we have on the tunic there? Now, do we find it interesting that these are not necessarily calm waters behind our page? So what do you think of that? Okay, so let me bring back, talking about the symbology. Okay, hold on, we gotta get TK. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't quite get TK onto my lap here. The fish, symbol, and his breath stinks. Ooh. The symbol of happiness, prosperity, a rich and meaningful life. Also, access to treasures of the watery world, i.e. dreams, visions, and premonitions. Ooh, I like that. Jillian said, embrace your inner child, let loose and enjoy life. All right, if I skip any, it's not because I am trying not to highlight everything. I'm just trying to get caught up here a little bit. Aspasia says, yes, it's important to embrace the child within and maintain positive energy. Emily says, I think they set the king or the fish free. I was reading Tammy Pie is thinking maybe the King of Swords is the polar opposite of the Page of Cups. Okay, yes, I can see that. I can totally see that. I'm pretty sure that's illegal depending on the fish. Make sure you have your permits, all of that. Alana says, I agree about not judging the immaturity and childlike representation, but too much immaturity can be detrimental if not properly balanced. Yes, we've started on the symbols. Thank you, Simon. One of the things that the Page of Cups aspires for is spiritual meaning and seeks to learn and develop his spirituality. This is the transformative aspect of the fish. The page is trying to understand. Are they lotuses? Oh, that would make sense. Because we always see lotuses. I guess I don't know why I thought they were lilies, but that's because I'm not a flower person, as we know. Why won't you focus? Focus. Are we going to get it? Come on, you know you. There it is. We didn't really get a good focus on that page's expression earlier. Are there lotuses or lilies? From far away, they definitely look like lotuses. Okay, Tammy Pie says lilies on his tunic, and 1 foot facing and 1 foot to the left. So we have kind of 1 foot pointed towards us here, this one, and then the other one facing to the left. Interesting. Sarah says, I love that wave hat, the wave cresting over his head and setting off spray. Interesting. I never looked at it that way either. I know I say interesting about 75 times in Playdate. The fish is a nod to the feminine or anima, says Aspasia Rising. Okay, yeah, we're definitely having, are they lotus flowers or are they lilies? What does it say in the book, Simon? What did they think? You probably already said here. Luna Eclipse says the flowers also show brand new growth and a new season to come. Emotions are all over the place sometimes. Yes, they are. Okay. Oh, water lilies. Okay, so is that like a hybrid between a lotus and a lily? The water lilies, positive, are a sign of beauty, purity, and the value of a spiritual life. Negative aspects, no roots, danger of becoming uprooted. Oh, interesting. I think because the blue matches the fish in the RWS, it is like what Jonathan said, the fish is the subconscious of the page. So kind of bringing that same coloring as to what's coming in the rest of the outfit there. Interesting. Often deeply affected by the words of or deeds of others. So we have some other opposite guesses. Knight of Swords, King of Wands. Hi, Sean. Okay, wait, there we go. Oh, tulips. We have tulips, lilies. Lots of guesses on the flowers. Okay, scrolling again. Hi, Wendy, nice to see you. We're just really getting started. Well-tempered Claire said the page being thirsty takes his cup to the sea behind him and ends up catching a fish. Good things come to those who wait, but miracles come to those who don't expect. Interesting. All right, water lilies, water lilies. We've decided on what's on the tunic, I think, here. Bye, Missy. Thank you for coming. It looks like the fish will jump into the wave of his hat. I never looked at it that way, like as being like a wave that's coming over his hat like that. That's very cool. Okay, water lilies, so appropriate. Did I make it to the end? Ooh, I think I did. Okay, and if for some reason I'm not seeing you, if you tag me, it's because I'm using the StreamYard chat so I can highlight comments. So if I miss something, that's what's going on there. White Tree Tarot says his hat is in the form of the Hebrew letter Mem. Is that how you say that? It means water. Huh. Didn't know that either. So many things I learn in Playdate. Jonathan said, I've always read them as lotus blossoms, but lotus and water lilies are very similar in look. Interesting. It's where Alana says, I swear it looks like a cat is sitting on his head. So do we have any other symbols so what do we think of the water? Oh my gosh, did you hear that? What do we think of like the waves of the water? It's not smooth, it's not super choppy, but we definitely have a bit of rolling waves happening here. So does that mean anything to anyone? Which court card do I identify as? Oh, it's ever changing, but primarily the Queen of Swords, although I'm starting to embrace some of those other ladies these days. Is that water or land behind him? Each card looks different. So in both of these, they look like water to me for sure, right? In both of these. Wendy says emotions can go up and down. So kind of addressing the rolling waves there. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Shane has a comment here. Water lilies and leaves are thick while the lotus are thin. A water lily has a notch in each leaf. The water lily petal is pointed and creates a star-like bloom. The lotus petal is more rounded. Oh, yeah, these do look somewhat pointy to me. Yeah, they do look like tulips though too, now that you mention it. Interesting. Water, so says Google. Hey, thank you for your Googling, Shane. Water is a classic symbol of emotion. Yep, emotions are up and down. Needs to flow to not become stagnant. Emotions are deep and rising more as the page's intuition develops and deepens. Yes. Hi, Lucy. Nice to see you here. TK is hearing lots of talk about fish. Yeah, seriously. He's like, I'm hungry, man. I just had a moment of panic. Did I feed the animals today? But I did. I did. Elizabeth said, I read something now that's interesting. Don't let the fish dry out. Speak out what your heart wants to say. Ooh, yeah, you got to set that fish free again, right? Otherwise. All right, so are you ready to start looking at some of our alternative cards or any other thoughts on this? I'm checking really quick to see if I missed, again, if I missed any comments, bring them back to me. Simon says the book only references to the fact that he is close to the water and unnoticed by the page, subconscious. So he's not really paying attention to the water. That's interesting. That was Simon's comment there. Okay, so as I do every week, I randomly selected 5 decks for my collection, and I kind of rotate through all of them before I refresh the list and I pull again. I had to get creative this week though because I got a new phone. So I switched from Android to iPhone, and the app that I was using wasn't on that phone or isn't on iOS. So I was very sad, but it's okay. I worked it out. I geeked out yesterday. I got it all sorted. Okay, your cat is attracting my cat. That's funny. Is he talking back or is she talking back? What did Elizabeth say something that I didn't highlight? Oh, no, I did. Okay, I did highlight that. All right, so the first alternative deck that I have today is the Sawyer's Path Journey Tarot by Jamie Sawyer. This is, you know, she's got a tattoo art style that I really love. And in fact, I have her tarot tiles that I also love. I don't want to do wands. I want to do cups. Still stuck on that page of wands, apparently. All right, so we will look at the, whoa, sorry, trying to put this away. I have this in a tarot tin because at one point I had a tarot disaster in which the box got destroyed. So here is our Page of Cups from the Sawyer's Path Tarot. I'll give you guys a nice close-up look here. Seashell, paintbrushes. Now this hat is clearly made of waves, isn't it? Now here, I don't think we need to identify a gender in this particular page, do we? Now those definitely look like lotus flowers to me, and our fish immersed in the waves here. What do you think? Okay, I just had to kill a bug. What do you think of this particular page? Oh yeah, she's doing the tarot of peers. Is that what she's calling it? Where she's a bunch of different people in the community are being represented in her deck. Okay, the wave hat, Water Child Tarot noticed. Gorgeous card. The brushes are very creative, says Wendy. Creative hat with the waves. Yes. Jonathan says, this card is an archetype for childhood memories. When he shows up, he really wants you to revisit something from your childhood. Clearly Lotus. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Tammy Pie. Really emphasizes the creative in this one. Definitely. I mean, I feel like that's really highlighted in this particular card. So beautiful. Simon says, notice how they still can't see the waves, though. That is interesting. It's like the waves are all around them, but still can't see them. Could there be a reference to the root chakra here with the red lotus flower? Interesting thought. Dreamy, says Susie. Shanti, this is the Sawyer's Path Tarot by Jamie Sawyer. She sells it on Etsy. It makes me think of Shakespeare. Pocket of Peers. Oh yeah, that's the name of Jamie's new deck. Oh, and Sarah had that as well. Lucy says, very watery, so much emotion. Yes, there's so much emotion in this particular page. Same thing Elizabeth said. Although he looks unhappy or concerned. See, I see those big wide eyes as, I guess, dreamy, but I could see how you could see a little bit of maybe sadness or reflection, maybe. Sandra's loving this deck. Is the page in the water? Asks Oak Mama. That's, to me, it's more, what's the word that I want? Like metaphorically in the water rather than literally, even though this depiction is literal. Oh, and that's funny. Donna asked the exact same thing. This page feels very androgynous and ambiguous, which I adore. So I learned something, sorry, this is a teaching moment here. I've actually heard not too long ago that the term androgynous can sometimes be something, you know, for people who maybe don't identify as either gender or look a certain way. So I'm trying to think of new ways to describe that, but I get what you're going for there, Emily. I didn't really finish my sentence, but I think I want to say offensive, but that might be a little bit strong, but it might be offensive to some. So I'm learning to find new words, I think, or I'm trying to find new words. Elle could probably give me a good new word to use here. The ebb and flow of inspiration and creativity, says Ginger. Yes. More immersed in the water, though not really aware of it. Yes, huh? Not seeing water. Does that mean the page is too young to be aware of his or her emotions? Yeah, so maybe there's just kind of less self-awareness. Definitely, I could see that. Emily said, ooh, I saw dreamer and fantasy rather than sadness, but definitely could be. But you can interpret, I love the expression on the face because I feel like there's a lot that we can dive into with this one. Walking down memory lane with those dreamy eyes, dreamy in reflection too. Elle says, I love lotus flowers. They have to grow through the mud, emotional turmoil before they finally reach the top to bloom. No mud, no lotus. And that's a really common concept in Buddhism, right? I see wonderment in his eye. Whoops, that was the one I was trying to get to. I mean dreamy. Contemplative, says Sean. Non-binary. Well, yes, that's true. I mean, that's not recognizing a gender, but when it comes to appearance, is there another word for that I could use? Or is that just still the right term, Shane? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Is this page looking for a rescue? Oh, that's something interesting. Non-binaries. Oh, yeah. Emily, I'm not trying to make you feel called out. It's literally something I just recently learned listening to some people's videos. And so, okay, everybody say non-binary, gender fluid. Yeah, okay. You guys are good. Thank you. Thank you for helping us all to learn and do better. I appreciate it. Is the pattern on the tunic fish scales? You know what? Yeah, I think you're onto something there. They definitely look fish scaly, don't they? I would say yes, Donna. T-Cat says, oh, it looks like this page is being creatively inspired by his emotions, the watery hat. Some of these ideas come from the unknown source, almost like being channeled. The deeper and muddier the water, the swamp, the more beautiful the lotus blooms. So yes, a Buddhist concept. Okay, I was gender neutral. Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate that. Jonathan, perhaps this fish is instructing our sensitive child on how to navigate his emotional waters. Did I make it to the end? Oh, there we go. It jumped up a little bit. He's communing with the fish. Is this page a mer person? I mean, I suppose you could picture a mermaid or merman's tail on there. You are very sweet, Emily. Thank you. Thank you for taking that in the spirit in which it was intended. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, so Oak Mama was noticing the same thing about the fish scales there. White Tree Tarot, with that hat and cloak, this page looks like a part of the water. Definitely. Oh, so Shane's giving us a little bit more information since we're on this topic. And while we're doing that, I'll grab our next question too. So gender fluid is more of the shift between the two genders. If she wasn't looking for androgynous, I don't think that would be correct. However, anyone can identify as they wish. Good point, Shane. Thank you. All right, so shall we answer our first question? So let's use our Page of Cups to answer, how do we avoid miscommunication this week, from Aquarius Owl? Whoa, What am I doing? I'm reorganizing things. I don't want to reorganize things. There we go. How do we avoid miscommunication this week? He looks as if he's seeing a muse for his creativity, said well-tempered Claire. Did I miss something that Jonathan had said? Oh, maybe I did. Perhaps this fish is instructing our sensitive child on how to navigate his emotional waters. Yes. How can we avoid miscommunication this week? Any thoughts? So maybe it's going back to that initial concept that somebody brought up, and it's trusting our intuition, right? And maybe being able to listen and communicate and receive in a loving way. You know, we actually just had a little bit of a communication here where we had a dialogue about something that could be potentially emotionally impactful to somebody, and we found a better way to communicate. So maybe it's bringing more of that forward. And then, oh, I almost thought you said the opposite of what I said, but take the emotions of others into considerations, right? Be emotionally sensitive. Okay, we have a lot of think before speaking, pause before we speak. Yeah, so Simon, in reference to what we were discussing earlier, it also differs from one culture to another. Very true, something again to be sensitive of. So Oak Mama, in answering the question, we try to put ourselves in the other's shoes. Kay says, think about past outcomes to experiences before reacting to similar issues, right? Use what we've learned. Take the learning aspect of the page and bring that into play. Thank you, Elle. See, we're all Page of Cupsing it together today. I appreciate that. Listening to the fish to avoid miscommunication, actually listening, right? And whether that fish represents something else or yourself, like really listen to yourself, check in with yourself. How are you truly feeling about something? Jonathan says, communicate in a way that gives emotional support and offers humble gestures of love. A lot of yes, Jens. I'm glad you guys understand what I'm saying. I think I would read the Page of Cups as a warning in answering this question. Check your emotions before communicating, to take care in your wording. Or maybe that's just the sword talking. I don't think that's the sword talking. I think that makes a lot of sense. Like, check in with your emotions, because if we're in a page mentality, we might be emotionally reactive. So being aware of that is really important, I think. Ginger says, trust intuition while minding our emotions before reacting. Donna, communicate openly in a more childlike way. Oh, I love that. Back to not letting the fish dry out. Say what you think in a kind and compassionate way that still gets the message across. This may take some contemplation and then some as we move from this funky energy. Seriously, seriously. Creative thinking. Alana, by being open-minded and straightforward. As such, the look of this page represents being gender fluid, not being restricted to one side or the other. Oh, so find that fluidity within ourselves. That gives me tingles. I kind of love that. Elle says, it's not necessarily about whether you are wrong or right in what you say, but having a safe space with open communication to learn and grow. This is such a great question, and these answers are fantastic. I'm feeling all like warm and fuzzy from them. Anybody else feeling like that? White Tree Tarot says, maybe add some naivety and openness. Sometimes a warm hug does more than words. When you can hug people, right? Betsy, active listening and pausing to process before responding, right? Don't be that person who's just waiting to speak, right? Really be listening. Lots of agreeing with Elle here. Observe the extension of oneself. Yes. Chantal, think before you speak. How would you feel if it was said to you? I mean, it really comes back to the golden rule, like do unto others as you would have be done unto you, right? We totally got what you meant, Elle. I'm glad you did not retract that. Jen says, I needed this lesson last night of not communicating from an emotional perspective, but pause and think and then speak rationally. Like, it's so easy to, I think we've all been there. We have all been there with you, Jen. The Crow Tarot looks as if they want to jump into that cup with the fish. So if you're in the Facebook group, you could put that card in there, because that is not one of my alternate cards for today. I could have used a lot of this advice and work last week. You know what? It's not too late. It's not too late. We can always apply this going forward. This is great advice for all of us. Yeah, Tammy Pie says, agreed. Sometimes you just have to listen to someone talk and they feel better. So true. So very true. All right, let's get our next question up on the, oh, wait, before we get our next question up on the board, let's pull our next card. So today I have, as our second deck, the Tarot of the Magical Forest. Now, I wish I had this all cutely trimmed the way that Kelly Bear has done and inspired so many to do, but I do not yet. Oh, title cards. Hello. Why are you there? You don't belong there. Okay, let's find our Page of Cups. Let's see what cute animal we get today. All right, this is very classic page happening right here. Kind of loving that. Let me put these away. Bunny love coming up. So T-Cat was still answering the last question. Be sure what you want to say and how to say it so that your true feelings get noticed, but you don't hurt anyone. Yeah, be kind in your delivery. Such a cookie deck. This is a cookie deck. So here is our Page of Cups from the Tarot of the Magical Forest. Slow boots. I don't know why, but I love those little boots. Now here, it's interesting because now our page is standing in kind of in front of the water in a way where they can actually see the water. So what do you think about that? Because I know a lot of you were making observations about the page not being able to see the water. So I'm interested to hear what you think about this one. That little hat on the big head. Yes, yes, Tammy by his boots, right? Aren't they so cute? Yeah, this little hat is so cute. Now, I know not everybody likes animals in clothes, but this is, I mean, this is a cartoon type animal, isn't it? So cute, says Sandra. The eyes are so big. Yep, Oak Mama. I can relate. Big eyes. Right? Adorbs. Is that page standing on ice? I can't tell. It does look a little icy there, doesn't it? So that maybe could be some frozen water. It gets a little warmer in the background. Maybe as they get, why can't I hold that straight? There we go. I'm a crooked person, I guess. So I can't hold it straight. Yeah, the background kind of seems to fade from warm into colder and then into the water. This is your purse deck, so you just always have this one with you, Tammy Pie. He looks startled, says Donna. It does look icy. Yes, it does. Ella's crying from cuteness. You don't even have this deck, do you, Elle? Like he just saw something he can't unsee. Yes. It's like, oh. And you know what? It's probably something in his imagination or her imagination. That little bunny, right? But they saw something. They're just like, oh, I wish I had not just pictured that. Put that dream away, right? That's hilarious. Frosty feelings, says Emily. If that's ice, there's a whole lot of symbolism there. I mean, and if that's what your intuition tells you when you draw this card, if you were to draw this, it'll be interesting to see how you apply that to our question when we get to that point. Yeah, I know. It is something, isn't it? Let's see. That fish seems to be whispering something surprising, like, oh, maybe this is a really good, juicy bit of gossip that's going on. What? Right? Let's see. I'm scrolling here. Well-tempered Claire. He looks like he doesn't know what to do with his feelings or how to express his emotions, right? So we have those sometimes when we're faced or confronted with emotions. There is the freeze, right? We have fight, we have flight, we have freeze. Yeah, maybe he's just like, oh, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling it? What do I do? I don't know what to do. This is me when I get emotional. This is me. Oh my gosh. I've never related to the Page of Cups so hard as I do right now. So thank you for that, Claire. I know the feeling, says Donna. Exactly. Ooh, Kay. 100-mile-per-hour winds? Be safe. Neem is here. The bunny looks like, got it, but now what do I do with it? Right? I captured this little fish. Now what do I do? Oh, that's hilarious. A gossiping fish. Yep. See, Donna? Telling some surprising news. T-Cat, cute boots and that astonished look on his face. He looks at us like, do you see what peeks up from my cup? Like, Do you, is anybody else seeing this? Do you see a fish in my cup? Right? Frozen in the moment, says Luna. Yes. Kay says, I always initially feel surprised with this page. Oop. He looks like he just got caught saying something of the oops nature. Like, oh, was that my out loud voice? I've done that. Accidentally catching the feels, like a little bit surprised by being taken by emotion, right? Oh, these are fun. These are fun. Now you see why I identify so much with him. I'm getting it, Simon. Like, I'm having some epiphanies about the Page of Cups today, thanks to all of you. Donna, when somebody says something kooky and you're trying to keep a neutral look on your face. Mm-hmm. I've had to make that face before, I think. All right, let's see what our next question was. So from Jonathan, how can we embrace our true calling in life? Ooh, so how would you use the page to answer, how can we embrace our true calling in life? Thoughts on that? This particular card is challenging me with this particular question in combination. TCAT, or maybe he's like, oh, so this is where I put my fish. Found it. Certain people looking for things in their room and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm not sure why I put it there. It made sense at the time, right? So how can we embrace our true calling in life? I think, so Oak Mama's got an answer here, as does Jillian. Listen to the call of the cosmos. Listen to the subconscious or the collective unconsciousness, depending on how you view this card. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Oh, I cannot do that. I can't not do that in Vanilla Ice mantra. Is that how you meant it, Jillian? Little ice ice baby happening there? Definitely not as a gossip columnist. Alana, looks like he has been caught, a bit embarrassed and feeling put on the spot. All right, Jonathan's going to answer his question. Embrace your passions, but don't let your fear control your actions. Also, I'm thinking, don't let your fear control your actions. So if you're surprised or if don't get frozen, don't get stuck. You know, we talk about the ice and sort of this look of surprise. Don't do nothing. You know, I remember I've listened to somebody in the past, I would listen to this podcast and basically was always saying, if you do nothing, then you will get nothing. Like doing something is always better. It's always going to get you somewhere. Even if you fail or stumble or fall, those are all going to be lessons that you can take forward. So the kind of the worst thing you can do in any sort of situation, especially when you're wanting to follow your dreams, is to do absolutely nothing. Okay, let's see what all you, while I was babbling, let's see what y'all are saying here. If you are startled by something, think about why and go with your gut, says Susie. Claire, know that you don't know your calling and being open to whatever may come and be. So things may not always go according to plan. So being able to see and recognize those opportunities and follow your emotional instincts can really be helpful. Chantal, live in the moment, accepting every emotion, go with the flow. Yes. Stop being so afraid, open up and speak, says Elizabeth. Listen to that little voice. Yes. Listen to the fishy. Neem says, take the chance and go after what you want, but know what you do with it. Don't catch the fish and just let it die in the cup. Yeah, don't do that. That's just sad. White Tree Tarot, accepting it for what it is, even if it is a fish. So even if it's something that seems outlandish, right? You don't expect that to be the idea or the way that things will go. But if you can look at that and say, yeah, that's a fish in a cup. It's kind of like the improv concept, right? Of saying yes and. So when you're presented with something, rather than saying no or shutting it down because it's not what you expect or it doesn't fall into the script the way that you thought it would, being able to say yes and can open up so many more opportunities. Emily, allow ourselves to feel all of the emotions and not stunt our emotional growth with judgment or self-criticism. Very good advice. Very good advice. Listen to that inner voice call out when it's in front of you. Yes. Kay, accept your calling. Try not to feel as if you cannot do it. Don't worry about others' opinions. So true, right? Focus on your instincts and your feelings about it. Acknowledge your true feelings about where you are now and where you would like to be. I love this. Charmed viewer, don't follow expectations, but your own feelings. Take a pause before you leave. This card has progressed from the Fool, right? And we're still in the early stages. We don't know everything. There are things that we need to learn. This particular card is perfect for this question. I'm glad you think so, Jonathan. Things align, you know? Ginger says, go down to the river and converse with the fish. Okay, but seriously, find a quiet space and expand your thoughts and connect with the flow of the divine life force that surrounds you. Like, meditate on it, right? Don't react, but pause, process, then respond. Oh, I love this right here. Be adaptable. Yes. With this card in question, I would say this page needs to really process her emotions and find the necessary self-awareness to follow their path. Get off the ice. Yes, Aspasia. Hey, you are welcome. I have never done improv, but I've watched improv, and I had a best friend that did a lot of improv, and that concept of yes and has stuck with me. Even though I'm not very good at employing it, I need to. T-Cat says, we can embrace our true calling by following the unknown and the wonders of the life. The more you get surprised, the more you learn on your path, following your inner voice. Yes. Jillian asked, is the redness in the sky a sign of warmth in the air, melting the ice under their feet? Move quick before it's too late. Oh, I love that observation. Very cool. And I don't know if I missed, or did I read it out loud? Somebody was saying, well said, Kay. Did I highlight Kay's comment? It might have just been a while ago. Yes, I did. Okay, good. That was awesome. All right, shall we look at another card? I'm going to get a quick sip of water from my gigantic water bottle here. All right, I have another one that's cute, but I'm going to hold on to the cute one for a minute. And I have a deck that I don't know that a lot of people have. I know Simon has it because we did walkthroughs, I think, on the same day, way back when. Fate Shifters Astrology deck. This is a collaborative RWS clone, but it varies just enough that I feel like it's okay to bring it into Playdate. And for a collaborative deck, I feel like they did a really lovely job of making it look cohesive. Oh, well, I am loving this Page of Cups right now. You'll know why in just a moment. Just a moment. Okay, let me set this aside here. Elle said, with the fish stuff, it reminds me of the journey of the salmon. Taking that leap of faith. You got to embrace that page energy, embrace your inner child, and leap. Oh, I love that. All right, here is our Page of Cups from the Fate Shifters Astrology deck. Let me pull it up real close. The colors in this are just stunning, in my opinion. Oh, I just had her face. Focus. Come on. I really want this to focus because it's really pretty. There we go. Now talk about some fancy dress. So it looks like she's like right at the seaside here. What do you think? Oh, Al said, I was shook to find out that this was a collab deck. So was I. Somebody needed to, because they have at the bottom of each of these cards, do you see this teeny tiny impossible to read writing? Apparently that's the artist's name. But I would need a serious magnifying glass to see it. But the creator of the deck actually had commented on my walkthrough video and shared that information with me. And I was like, ooh, sorry I said what I said about the astrology cards in there then. Fabulousness, love and acceptance. Sandra says that's really lovely. I love this. Yeah, fabulousness. That is so the right word. Susie says she looks like she's definitely looking inward. Love her. Oak Mama says that fish looks bigger than the cup. Magic portal. Yeah, how does it fit in there? It does look pretty big, doesn't it? Definitely self-love. Oh, I like that. This page really is connecting with the fish energy, looking deep into her subconscious to be able to act on what she finds. Oh, I like that. She looks ready to explore all the feels, waves, breeze, ups, downs, experience. Yeah, she looks ready, doesn't she? Strong connection between her and the fish. It seems like she's speaking to the fish. Yeah, we're definitely seeing that emotional connection to the fish there, aren't we? Charmed viewer says she's holding the cup close to her face like she's actively listening or having a conversation. Same clothing colors as the melanated, right? We have the reds and the blues versus kind of the pinks and the light blues. Yeah, very similar. Good spot there, Donna. Her dress looks like it's part of those waves, like it's flowing into the ocean. Kind of reminds me of the high priestess in the dress that kind of flows into the river in front, right? Okay. Oh, sorry. I was looking at Elle's gushing comment to Neem. Sounds like you guys are working something out. Yes, this card is stunning, Hen. It really is. Claire says, I get a strong Pisces energy from this depiction. Jackie, this deck is called the Fate Shifters Astrology Tarot deck. And where the heck did this come from? I have a walkthrough on my channel, like from way back in the day, early 2019. And I'm sure I have a link to where you can get it, but let me know if you can't find it and you're interested in it. And Betsy, looks like a witchy board meeting. Yeah, she's showing up with her page and her magic in her cup for sure. Kay says, I can feel the feelings that she must be feeling in her environment. Yeah, there's something emotionally charged about this, but a calm charge. Does that make any kind of sense, what I'm saying? Donna, a priestess in training, question mark. Yeah, there's something about this that definitely it just kind of hooks me right away. Jonathan, is your son being very Page of Cups right now? Oh, thank you, Elle. Elle just posted a link to my walkthrough of this particular deck. I appreciate that. Thank you. But I mean, hang out here. Okay, Kay's getting me. Kay's understanding what I'm saying. All right, so let's bring up our question from Shane. I don't know if he's already had to go to work, so hopefully he can see this here. So really quick, I'm going to read it because, well, no, there it is. How can we be re-inspired to follow our passions while in hard and or busy times? Ooh, what you think about that? So Oak Mama had asked, where could she be bringing the fish? Does it have a message for others or for us? Donna says she seems very mature for her age, right? And maybe this gets into the fact too that the pages don't always have to mean being a child, right? Being literally young. It can be an emotional youth that's happening. Or maybe here she's on the mature end of the page spectrum, right? So how would you answer this particular question? How can we be re-inspired to follow our passions while in hard and or busy times? Right away, what I think struck me about this particular page is the confidence that she seems to have, this quiet self-assuredness that she recognizes what it is that she needs to do and is like, yeah, I hear you, fish. I hear what you're telling me to do. I'm going to just go ahead and do it. I'm going to just stay calm. She feels very calm to me. But you guys might be picking up something different. Spasia says, this card seems to say focus inward and not let the outside world influence our moods so much. Okay, so say centered and grounded in our emotions. Interesting. Find the heart in what you're doing, says Emily. So remember why you want to be doing it. What is the real reason? How can we help others be of service? So thinking about why you're passionate about those things. Interesting. T-Cat, not so surprised about that fish like on the last card. Looks like she would have known this fish for ages and seeing herself in that cup. So she's not like, what? A fish? She's like, there's my fish. I knew you've been there all along, right? She definitely seems more in tune and connected. Anne says, hold what you believe to be true close, right? Trust those things that you know. Oh, I love that. Never let adulting get you down, says Susie. Oh, Alana says that deck can be this deck can be purchased on Etsy. Thank you. Kay is feeling Shane's question. This is the Fate Shifters Astrology deck. Oh, bye, Luna. Thank you for coming. Elle said, fall in love with the romance of it again. Be swept away by it again. Make conscious effort to give yourself space and time to fully immerse yourself in your passions again. I love that. Like, remembering, I think a lot of you are bringing that same sort of idea. It's remembering why, getting in touch with the heart of it again, because that will propel us forward. Chantal, planning, find the balance in your life. Don't forget doing what you love. And remember that this is like your happy place. One with the fish. She looks like she is talking to it after capturing it and before devouring it. So you see a predatory lady here. I don't necessarily. Donna says, think back to an earlier time when your passion was new. Do we know if Shane's still here? Is this helping Shane? Okay, we're talking about troubled children, emotional children. Jonathan said, same thing, return to the reason you became passionate. What sparked your passion to start with? Yes, okay, I covered that comment. These are great. Nostalgia and romance have a similar vibe, an ethereal Twinkie. Twinkie? Okay, maybe I'm hungry, but I don't even like Twinkies. An ethereal twinkle. That is not my worst slip of the tongue, though, is it? She's bringing it to share that passion with others. Yes, oh, mama. Okay, Shane. Oh, no, that's okay. You don't have to text and drive. I'm just glad you got to hear the answer to your question. I hope you have a good day at work. Okay, so let's bring another deck into the mix here. And this time, this always elicits oohs and ahs. Now, this is just basically a Rider-Waite clone, but super cute because it is the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. Oh, thank you, Macomber Artist. The description of the Page of Cups in the Magical Course in Tarot by Michelle Morgan quite suits that card. We'll type in the Facebook group later. Thank you. I will be interested to see or read. Okay. Oh, is Shanti leaving us? Bye, Shanti. Thanks for being here. All right. Our Crystal Unicorn Tarot Page of Cups is very simple. So it'll be interesting to see. Oh, let me turn off the question here. It'll be interesting to see what our next question is when we answer this. Oh, Julia's here. Kentucky Derby hat with the fish. It does kind of look like that, doesn't it? Very fancy. Okay. I do have two cute decks for the Page of Cups. So really, there's not much going on in the top half of the card, but here we have our crystal butted unicorn. So really similar to our classic RWS image here, standing on a bit of a stage in front of the waves, but it's a unicorn. So it's just darn cute. Any thoughts on this one? What do you think? Anything new come to light? I think, the expressions on the unicorns are pretty neutral, so we can really open up and let that speak to us in whatever way makes sense to us, I think. Innocence. Yes, Susie, I do see an innocence with this one. It definitely brings back the youthful vibe. It's quite a contrast from our page that we just had, isn't it? I can't express how much of life that unicorn card pulls together at the moment. Love it. Yep, crystal bud. Oh, you guys are, so we have a lot of air sign things happening right now with the Geminis. La 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 in the world of imagination. Yeah, it does seem like it's kind of like, I got my cup, I'm just hanging out here by the water. I'm a Virgo double Capricorn. I don't read unicorns very well. Aspasia? Maybe you need to tap into that side of yourself. I mean, I'm just saying. Beautiful, says Emily. The background is so dreamy. It just does feel very ethereal, kind of, doesn't it? Love the background. The water is behind him or her. A journey is discovery. Discovery is over and confidence has been gained. Ooh, I like that. With the swoopy blue water swoop. Yes. Can I zoom in on the card? Yes, I will zoom in on the card again for you. Let me see if I can rotate the right way. All right, so let's get really close. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the total focus. Oh, there's the fishy face. Looks like it wants to latch onto the unicorn's horn, doesn't it? But there you go, Neem. So I don't think there's a ton of new stuff to dive into symbolically, symbology-wise. So let's answer Patrice's question, which is, what opportunities does this upcoming season offer us? What opportunities does this upcoming season offer us? Oh, I like, oops, Julie, I like that. Dress for success. Are you talking about this lady, perhaps? I'm wondering. The fish is in shock. Like, what am I doing in this cup? And why am I headed to that big pointy horn? As I would be if I saw a unicorn. True, true. I can definitely relate to the fish in this card. Chantal says, I have some trouble reading cuteness, as if I can't take it seriously. I mean, I laugh, but you know, sometimes when you get a cute card delivering a difficult message, it can help sometimes. The fish is whispering something that can't be heard for the water in your ear. Ooh, so maybe we're blocked and we're not listening. Okay, the fish came out of the water with the unicorn. They still have much to learn from one another. This card gives me much more of the messenger vibe, bringing the fish to you, right? Because it looks like the unicorn is carrying the fish. So perhaps the season of giving. Well, that's interesting. Emily said, if you can dream it, then it's possible. That unicorn is definitely a messenger. So what opportunities does this upcoming season offer us? Listen, be aware of the messages that are being brought to you. That's kind of what I'm getting from the group here is, if you got to pay attention to those opportunities that are being presented. So it might not be really obvious right at this moment, but be open to them. Heard parent and child dynamics, reconnection with inner child or outer child. Interesting. Emily says, manifesting what is seemingly unrealistic, like dare to dream, right? The opportunities. I do love this idea of if you can dream it, then it's possible. So there are potentially unlimited opportunities. Ginger says, be open to the magic the season has to offer. Okay, did I miss? Maybe, no, I don't think I did. White Tree Tarot, whatever those opportunities are, grab them however you can. Like, take hold of them. Don't just stare at the fish in the cup. Grab the fish in the cup so that you don't kill the fish, right? Google is a moderator here? Oh, what am I missing in the regular chat? Did I miss something here? Hell, you'll have to explain to me. So that fish brings a message to the unicorn and it brings it to us. Yes, it's all a chain reaction. I don't know if Patrice is still here, but hopefully we have answered Patrice's question somewhat well. Okay, so let me go back to what, did I miss what Ginger said that everybody is loving? How did that happen? Emily says, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Google here at Playdate. Can you imagine? Like Google and Playdate? Darn, Playdate really hit the big message deleted by Google moderator team. What message was deleted? Oh, now I got to find this. I don't see a message. Okay, grab a screenshot for me. Okay, let's see here. Unicorns symbolize healing, among other things. So this season, share the love. Yes, love that. Okay, Tammy Pie, I love this deck. It's a feel-good deck. It is. It is. I just worked with this a bit, was it last month? Maybe in September. And every once in a while, I just, I just need to pull it out. All right, so did we answer? I think we did. All right. Ooh, oh my gosh, time is flying. Okay, I gotta move it along here. I don't want to hold you guys hostage all darn day. Oh, wait. I'm reorganizing things again when I don't mean to. Okay, here we go. All right, our last alternative deck, let me get my comments back up here, is the Wizard's Tarot by Barbara Moore, which I know has some mixed reviews, but this deck, I'm probably going to keep it because Barbara Moore herself sent it to me, and so therefore I have extra love for it, even though it's not a deck I've used a whole ton, because it does get a little bit white people-y, to be honest. So, but hopefully if we just look at one card, we can still see what it brings. Oh, this is a fun one. Okay, I actually really like this Page of Cups. Here I am, almost like turning you off in the deck before I even pull the card, and then I'm like, I love this card. But I do. I think it's really cool. Okay, here is, shall you name and shame whose message? Oh, yeah, what did Alana say? I'm sure it wasn't that bad. Alana's usually pretty well behaved. All right, here is our Page of Cups from the Wizard's Tarot. It's a much more modern take on this page, I think. But I'm kind of loving it. There's so much action going on, and it's, I don't know, I find this to be really, really pretty. There we go. Happy to skip your question. Well, we can still answer it. The fish, oh, in the previous one, the fish seemed to be communicating telepathically with the unicorn. She has jeans on in the water. So leave it to you to be practical. I mean, you know what? She has jeans on in the water. Like, she doesn't care. She's not thinking about, oh, I have my jeans on, therefore I cannot embrace this fish or this moment to find a little joy or something, you know, to embrace this moment. She's like, screw the jeans, I'm in the water. You know, I like that she's actively catching the fish. Yes. I like her little hood, very monkish. Yeah, I feel like she's still somewhat, so she's not completely off into Never Never Land, right? Embracing the magic of life. Exactly. That is exactly what I see in this card, Anne. Reminds me of a modern Norwegian Christmas elf. So Oakmom is really already in the season. Can I show this one up close? I sure can. I will do it just for you, Hen. And for everybody else. Okay, I always go like crooked with my camera. So she's just like splashing through that water. Oh, see, and I did it for Ishi too. Well, that shows determination and carelessness. It could be. It could be. The fish is like, finally, I am free. Does it look like the fish is jumping away or out of the cup? I almost feel like she's following the cup. Like, you know, it's like the fish continues to hop and she's like got that cup in her knee. She's like, okay, I'm going. I'm following you, fish. Like, how else do you follow a fish? I don't know. Susie said, and manifest them. Ooh, and manifest, grab your dreams. There it is, part 1. And part 2, and manifest them. Yes. Let's see here. Jonathan, I might have to give this deck a second chance. Yeah, Elle hated this deck. Not even gonna lie. Diving in. Yes, Chantal. Drop of Golden Tarot. By the way, hi. I don't know if I noticed you said you came in late, and I'm sorry if I didn't say hi. When your curiosity overcomes your caution or practical self and you dive in. Like, I feel like I need to embrace way more of this particular aspect of this card. Like, stop worrying about like the practicalities of things, because I think we can find a lot of joy in life, like splashing in the rain puddles, right? Run out, I don't need a raincoat. It's just water, right? I can run out into the rain, splash around a bit. Oh yeah, I did that one. That fish is trying to get away. Let's see here. This page is going for it with all the enthusiasm of youth. Be young at heart. Yes. The water dripping from the fish looks like magic light. Yes. Alana said, I also said it was because of what they were communicating couldn't be done verbally, which is why the fish was speaking to the horn of the unicorn. So we're trying to figure out why Alana got flagged by Google. She says there's a chase on both sides. When we return to the conversing, there's not so much sitting on the fence with this one, right? V. Kestrel. Hello, V. Love how active the water looks. Can almost hear it, right? It's like you have this waterfall in the background and then she's splashing through the water. This is The Wizard's Tarot by Barbara Moore. Okay. Oh, yeah. I did do a walkthrough of this one, especially because Barbara sent it to me after I had mentioned that it had been on my wish list before when I saw it on Amazon. All right, I best not dilly-dally too long. So Ishi Makomer Artist says asks, how do we practice patience or tolerance this week? How do we practice patience or tolerance this week? So right away, the first thought that came to mind for me, and I want to obviously hear your thoughts, but I'm thinking like right away, like if you see somebody doing something that seems impractical to you, maybe look at it from a place of wonder and appreciation rather than immediately being like, why you got your jeans wet? Like, why are you splashing through the water? Like maybe taking a moment to appreciate the magic of whatever might be happening. So that's kind of the first hit I got of this one. But let's see what y'all think here. Claire said, instead of using a fishing pole, the page goes right into the water and has fun catching. Yeah, just like diving right on in. I can see her, the future mom being upset she's so wet and her still not regretting because she embraced the moment and found joy. Exactly. And I know you typed that comment before I was answering the question, but right, mom needs to be patient. Mom can find more passion by recognizing the joy and recognizing that the jeans can just go in the washer and the dryer and it's not such a big deal, right? Alana says, yes, embrace your emotions. Don't be afraid to express your feelings. Dive right in without fear to explore everything you feel. Yeah, that can be really challenging to do, but that is great answer to that, Alana. Neem says, try a gentle approach. If it's rebutted repeatedly, just let it go. That's true too. I'm glad you like that. Macomer Artist or Ishi. So Ishi, that will be my challenge for the week. Patience, right? So let's try and find the joy in the things that we might often be irritated with because we see somebody doing something silly or see somebody doing something impractical and we roll our eyes. We're like, look at what they're doing. Look at what she's doing. And instead be like, you know what? Maybe I should get in that water with her, right? And maybe you'll have a little bit more fun. Chantal says she doesn't look very patient to me. I think we have to have patience with her is what is coming to mind for me, but maybe you see it a different way. Spasia says, I like this page card a lot. To answer the question, live in the moment and patience comes naturally, right? So bring in your mindfulness practice. That helps a ton, I am finding. Okay, it's this week's intention. Blew it big time. All right, let's very quickly, I'll only take a few minutes to do this, so be prepared. I'm going to talk reversals now. So let's turn our page upside down if you read reversals, or if you don't read reversals, when you see this page in a blocked or, in a blocking position, in an obstacle position, in a challenge position, what do you see? All right, I'm going to highlight some of your previous questions while you guys are thinking about reversals here. Anne had said, accept that the cup can be half full, not half empty. It's all about perspective, isn't it? Donna had said, so kind of referring back here, she is definitely patiently chasing the fish, even though it appears to be eluding her. She seems sure she will catch it eventually, right? She's not like losing enthusiasm, even though it might not be an easy task. Ooh, I like that, Donna. Drop of Golden Tarot was also answering this. Be the best friend that joins the joy, not the mom that is overly worried about everything that could have gone wrong. It didn't, so chill. Like, just relax. Maybe she was patiently waiting for the fish to pop up and it did. Right, Jackie? All right, so how are we doing with the reversals? All right, we have from Oak Mama, creative block, emotional immaturity. Yes. From Tammy Pie, misunderstanding. Now, Neem, this was probably in answering the last question, but just because you feel something doesn't mean it will be reciprocated or agreed with. You have to go at it with your all, but accept the result may not be in alignment with your desire. Always true. Yes, and, right? So I certainly can see this being like overly emotional, Not being able to embrace the opportunities, maybe resisting feeling your feels. I tend to internalize a lot. So for me, embracing the Page of Cups could really help to open me up. So if I'm kind of stuck in this place of Page of Cups reversed, I feel like I am not able to truly understand or express my emotions. And that might actually be good for me, right? Let's see what you guys are all thinking here too. Aspasia says shadow reversed, optimistic to the point of delusional. Oops, you know what? I got the wrong banner going here. Let's get that. Let's get that. Whoopsie. I got this. This is where we're at. Okay, turn off the ticker. Like, stop. There we go. I can do this. Apparently I can display multiple banners. I didn't even know that. Okay. So optimistic to the point of delusional, chasing a dream without taking the proper strategic steps. Okay, apparently my club is in the banner. I'm still learning, folks. I learned that in judging others, we are holding them to expectations we may be falling short of ourselves. I should have applied even more patience with myself and the other party. All right, so it's nice that you can kind of look at that with that last question. Go with the flow. Okay, more on reversals from Drop of Golden Tarot. Impulsive with emotional outbursts or drained and done. Yes. Well-tempered Claire, confused with emotions, trouble expressing feelings and creativity, blocks to innocence and inner child. Jonathan, expressing negative traits such as narcissism, focusing only on outer aesthetics and lacking emotional depths. It can also be also represent insincere gestures and apologies, right? And it can be a lack of empathy, or it can be claiming empathy when what you're really feeling is something else, right? All right, you guys are having some chai. I want to be careful not to get, depending on the cards around it and the question, it can be overthinking and repressing our feelings. You guys are having some great conversation. I can't highlight them all, but I do see them. Delusional, yes. It's like if you really think a fish is talking. T-Cat, this page speaks about someone being naive or refusal to grow up. There might be some outgrown parts in yourself that you're not ready to see. Yeah. Oh, you guys are posting in the Facebook group. Oh, I'm so excited to go see that. A page would not be bothered by wet jeans. That is right, Julia. That is right. Okay, so I just, first of all, I want to say, I'm going to give you an activity for the week, which none of us have really been doing our homework lately, me included. I'm like the worst. I am really the worst. But I do want to say really quick before I give the activity, we've had a lot of new participants this week in Playdate, and I really thank you for coming in and sharing your thoughts. It's just like the more people that we get participating is always so much fun, because we get those expanded perspectives and we all learn so much more about the cards. So thank you for all of you who have come. I know that you guys still have some reversed comments coming into the chat. You don't have to be sorry about the homework. I'm not leading by example very well. So feel free to call me out on that if you need to, because I deserve it. All right, let's see what our Page of Cups activity is for the week. All right, ooh, this one was one created by our Elle. All right, so we have to show Elle some love for helping me come up with these activities at some ungodly hour the night before Playdate premiered nearly 1 year ago. In fact, right about now is when we were starting to try and come up with the activities. All right, so this one is called Away with the Fairies, and I will drop this into the description box below this video, and I will also post it in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group, I promise. All right, Away with the Fairies. Dream, 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 the dreamiest of dreams. What does your dream future look like? How do you dream you'll live out your days? What will you be doing? Thinking. I need to put a, where did it go? I lost it. Sorry. What will you be doing? Thinking, feeling. Pull a card to represent the setting. Pull a card to represent what grows there. Pull a card to represent what lives there. Pull a card that represents yourself living there. So do you see, we're building a dream using the tarot. This is very cool, Elle. Use a page in your journal to either draw, mood board, or write about your dream future. Does it have to stay just a dream, or is this the beginning of a grand plan? Ooh, we may have some epiphanies this week, thanks to Elle. Thank you all once again for making this such a fantastic play date. I appreciate everything that you all have shared. Oh, I love this comment from you, Ishi. Love the playlist of these chats. Such a great way to learn all the interpretations of the cards and having your eyes open to other things. Me too. Like, I second what you said. You must get a headache from all the reading and talking at the same time. I do not. I love this, but I do, like, after we get done, I'm like, if it wasn't so early, I'd be like, okay, I need a glass of wine now. It's always fantastic. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me hold you hostage for a few minutes longer than usual. And I really look forward to seeing what you post in the playdate. If you are watching this back, I don't say this enough, but if you are watching this back and you haven't participated in the live stream, please feel free to share any additional comments, thoughts, answers to the questions, interpretations of the cards, opinions on the cards that we've shown. I would love to see more comments on Playdate live stream videos. All right, you guys, until I see you next week, let me know how it goes with you on the Page of Cups this week. I hope you all are inspired. I love you all, and I'm sending lots and lots of love. Bye, everyone.